Okay, making this quick tutorial video on what to do when you first get a Fire Stick. The first thing that you need to do, go over to settings, then go over to My Fire TV, developer options. Make sure these two are turned on. This one not necessarily, but just turn it on anyway. Then you will back out and you want to go to preferences and you'll see why. I've never explained this before, but I will today. First thing you want to do is go to privacy settings. Make sure all this is off. Why? Because Amazon will see what you're doing with this one right here, and they will collect all app data usage, which means that they'll be able to see what you're watching. Not so much on live TV, but more for Plex. And that's what they use sometimes to do recommendations. Also, turn this off. This will save you a lot of memory so that your Fire Stick doesn't run slow. Make sure you turn all these three off. Go to data monitoring, same exact thing. Turn it off. It will monitor the data consumption on your Amazon Fire TV stick. Turn it off, and they can't see what you're doing. Notification settings, do not interrupt. Keep that on. App notifications. Wow. I would turn all these off. There's no reason to have none of these on. It'll just waste space and it'll keep the app open, and you don't want that to keep it open because then you'll be multitasking on a Fire Stick and it'll make it run slow. Go to featured content, turn these off. This right here is when you open up Netflix for the first time, or they'll start showing you random trailers right before you actually watch something, which takes up a lot of space. It collects data, which is stored also on your Fire Stick. You don't want that on. This is fine, and that should do it. So the only thing I have installed here is Plex and TV Mate. Now also, I made this Fire Stick hardwired by connecting a Ethernet adapter. This is the Ethernet adapter that I connected. This end right here goes on the side of the Fire Stick. Then the Fire Stick power adapter goes plugged into this one. And then this one right here is for the Ethernet adapter, which looks like this. So then this USB port goes plugged into the wire where I just showed you. The Ethernet cable goes in here. And these three, you really don't need them, but you can plug in a USB flash drive in case you guys get any of those messages where it says that your Fire Stick is running out of storage space. So you can plug in a flash drive or SD card or something like that and just use it as storage. So remember, this is a 3-pack. You might not need so many, but they do have a 2-pack or 1-pack, but for the money, $9.99, it's not that bad. The 2-pack costs like $8, so it's better to just spend the $10 and get a 3-pack in case you do need to hardwire more Fire Sticks. And again, this is the one you need. This one has a gigabit because the generic Amazon one, which is down here, but this one doesn't have USB ports. You'll see right now, it doesn't have USB ports. It's pretty simple and it's a little bit less, not that much. So it's just better to just spend the extra money And in case you need storage in the future, you could just use this right here. Alright, let's go back to the Fire Stick. So let's start off with the whole point of hardwiring your Fire Stick. So if you don't hardwire your Fire Stick, you're going to be getting about 50 to 100 megabytes per second, I'd say. And you have a gigabit, so might as well use a gigabit. So let's test it out. I have mine connected. Whoop, let me go back real quick just to show you. So if I go to network, as you can see, it's wired, it's connected. I have the exact same thing I just showed you from Amazon. And I'm going to show you the results in a speed test. If you go to fast.com, which is powered by Netflix, it will tell you your speed, hardwired. Which is of course more than enough for 4K movies. Wow, that's actually pretty slow. Slower than that time. The other time I did it was like 7 something. Let me try it out. Okay, there we go. Now I went up to the 600s. It varies, especially if you're streaming right now, which I am. I have 2 TVs streaming while I'm doing this, so it might take a little speed. But still, I mean, anything over 100 is good for 4K. So anyway, that's good enough. So now let's test out some 4K. Just go to Plex and go to our 4K videos. And you'll see the whole point of this hardwiring, which I tell everyone to do. So I'm gonna test it out with, hey, let's test it out with Aladdin. And as you can see, it automatically goes to the 5.1 audio because the Fire Stick doesn't really do 7.1, but I'm gonna do 7.1 anyway. It's just gonna transcode it to 7.1. So let's leave it as is, and let's play. It's a Fire Stick, so it's gonna take a little bit to play. And as you can see, 4K HDR. I'm going to take you back to the desktop to show you. This is me right here, and it's transcoding to 7.1, as you can see. I don't mind 7.1 audio transcode, that's fine. I mean, you really don't need to do it. You can just change the audio here and go to 5.1 and alright, let's look at it. And as you can see, direct play for audio, direct play for video. And it's using about 84 megabytes per second. So it's better hardwired. Wi-Fi will drop some of those signals, and that's why a lot of people buffer with 4K. So do hardwire, doesn't hurt.
Over there! Wow! Their ship is so big. Wish ours was that fancy. I'd be so happy if ours was that fancy.
Why is that? Because it looks better?
Okay, so there you have it. How to fix your settings when you first hook up a Fire Stick, and this is how to get it hardwired so you can watch 4K without any interruptions. And not to forget, because I almost just forgot, Plex settings. Always fix your Plex settings. Go here. Actually, no, you don't need to go there. Let me see. Alright, so the settings just got changed. It's all the way down here now. Go here. You don't need to change anything here. Just make sure that remote streaming is at maximum for video quality. Remote streaming to original in audio quality. Make sure pass-through is HDMI. And maximum level of H.264 is 5.2. They actually added more recently with the update, but don't even touch it. Just let it be. Alright, and I'll try to make another video soon on how to add stuff to TV Mate